everybody, Z Garcia here. Today I'm taking a look at Superstore 3000. This is a tile drafting, tile purchasing, and tile laying game in which you're building a fantastic mall of the future with crazy stuff like a dinosaur zoo built into it, or maybe some sort of tornado amusement park. And stores, of course, and customers you are trying to bring in and have them go to their preferred location. You are going to be building up, trying to get everything in place, and trying to get the most victory points at the end of the game. Let me give you a look at how this all comes together, show you on the table some of the gameplay, and we'll come on back. I'll tell you what I think of it. So here we're taking a look at the game already in progress for 2 players. 1 player over here building their Superstore and 1 over here. Everybody is going to, on their turn, do one of 2 things. And we're going to go with this player right now. On their turn, they're going to either buy something or they're going to take money. So, taking money is the easier thing of the 2. They'll take the less explaining, so I'll do that first. If you want to take money, and this player has 2 coins over here, then we're going to look at the dispenser here. And you are going to take one of the 2 tiles at the bottom. You will flip it over to the other side. It has money on that side. And you're going to take that one. But before you do that, you want to check what category it is, i.e. what color it is. It's green in this case. And you'll get an extra coin or an extra bill here for each of the matching color in the same column. So there's another green up here. I'm getting this one and one from this supply right here. The reason these yellow ones look different is because they're starting money. They're money on both sides. These are money on the one side and stores on the other one. So I'm going to take this one. There's one more green. I get another one that goes into my supply. In fact, let's do that for this player because they are very broke. So let's say that was their turn. Now we are going to replenish this by pushing it down and putting a new one in its place. And then we go with this player over here with the other action, which is to buy something. So when you're going to buy something, you can buy from here. These are stores, and you are trying to get customers to go to these places. You're going to be building up, and you are going to be moving around the customers, which are these little acrylic standees. You're going to be moving them around to land in the stores. If they're lying down like these 2, that means they're satisfied. They've gone from a place where they were standing, like your opening entrance here, to a matching place that they're happy with, and they lie down, and they will stay there for the rest of the game. So this one moved, and this one moved. This one, which I'm holding in my hand, has not yet moved up to a matching store. When you buy these, then, it'll be new places you can send people to, such as this one, the music one, the one with the book, and so on. But also, there will be these, like this one right here, is a new entrance that comes with 2 new acrylic standees looking for a place to go. They are teleporting into your Superstore. And in fact, I have one right here that has still both acrylic standees right there. I'm ideally going to try to deploy them to new places. And in fact, I'll be doing that as my buy something action. Whenever you buy something, the very bottom is free. Then this one's going to cost you 1. This one will cost you 2. And the very top would cost me 3. So I'm going to spend 2 of these, put them in here, and I'm going to buy this one right here. This one is going to be a haircuttery place, and there's a person there who indeed wants a haircut, so I can put this down. It has to go on top of something. I could go there, or I could go there, but you must keep in mind that these people are lazy, and they will only traverse through 3 things to make it to a location. So if I put it here, that's fine. She can go 1, 2, 3, and then lie down and arrive there, and that person is satisfied, and that location is filled. Then this will replenish, and we go to the other player. So I've now explained the cost and the 2 different kinds of things you can find in here. But besides that, when you quote-unquote build something, there's a few other options. This over here lets you take a new tile that goes at the bottom and enhances how wide you can build, basically. And you can take one of these as your build something. If you have one of each color, which this person almost has, they're missing blue, and you can take one of these. If you have 2 of each color, you can only ever have 1 from this column, 1 from this column. They're going to give you some victory points. Every time you see the balloons, That's victory points. And you can take just straight up points, assuming this is still here, or these are going to give you bonuses for having yellow or green or blue satisfied customers directly above it, respectively, right? You can see the arrow there. And then over here, you are going to get straight up victory points or fewer victory points, but it comes with a new person who does not care what kind of store they go to. They just care about the category. So again, you can take one of each of those if you qualify. Besides that, you have your own music lounge here that will be 6 victory points if you can build it, and you are dealt a random card that explains a condition for how you may build it, okay? It has some requirement and often a height requirement. So what do they mean by this height requirement? Well, you have this that every player gets that is going to help you visualize the height of your Superstore here. And that one said 8+, so you need to be at least at level 8. And then you can build your music lounge there, your disco, what have you. So that's something you can build on your turn if you qualify for it. And then there are also these common attractions randomly placed at the beginning of the game, and you can build them if you, once again, qualify. They have crazy shapes, and you will, let's say, for example, here, I need 4 of each. It's like a super version of this, basically. And if I manage to do that, when I go to build, I could build this aquarium inside of my, Superstore. So let me move this out of the way again. Assuming this was legal, right, that I had 4 of each, I would be able to place this like so and build that for 8 victory points. And then I could just retire this. This is done now. They are double-sided. They have different qualifications. On the 2 sides, you just randomly pick one. So that is the common attractions, and they'll give you some sort of victory points. The game's going to be over when either these run out, and we replenish this, and we take the last one, we'll finish out the round, or all of these common attractions have been built by the players. At that point, we're going to do some final scoring, which is going to entail giving out these balloons to whoever has the most and second most satisfied customers. And then for the biggest groupings of stores of these colors, every customer that is not satisfied, i.e. they're still standing up, you remove that and you also give up your money. And you see who's got the most victory points. And that person, of course, is the winner of the game. By far, my favorite thing about this game is the look and the sort of trappings, the thematic trappings of it. It has a fantastic sort of retro-futuristic vibe to it, a la Jetsons, right? And the whole, building this insane futuristic superstore with all these accoutrements that are very interesting is fun. I love the little clear acrylic characters. Every single one, I think, is different. It's insane, the amount of artwork and how cute and captivating the whole thing looks and comes across on the table. Building your little stores, moving the little people around, that whole thing really is fun. The silly little dispenser 3000 thing works really well. It's a well put together, concept to deliver information and make the gameplay a little bit easier. So I like that very much. And I like the economic system in this game. I do. I think it's a pretty clean, straightforward way to do that, in which things cost 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, whatever, and then you spend that money. But if you need to take money, then you take the bottom tile and maybe get a little bit more cash based on what's above that. You have to be careful with your timing. If there's a bunch of the things that match in one of the 2 sides of the dispenser, you should strike while the iron's hot and get some cash. And I like the way that works out. The stores being money on the back, that's clever and interesting, so I'm enjoying that part of it. Things I did not like as much. I think visually the game's a little tricky to deal with when it comes to a few different aspects, okay? So the special rides, those they call common attractions, but the weird-shaped ones, they're not always incredibly apparent how to attach things, but more than that, how to then hang and attach other stores off of them. It's a little visually problematic, I found. And then on top of that, the counting how far away something is, the shoppers will traverse up to 3 away to go to a store they like and sort of flop and lay down there. But you don't count attractions. You don't count them for them traversing and going to a store they want, and you don't count them for the end of the game scores where you're looking at your biggest clusters of each color. Which means that if you have the big fishbowl thing, if you have a new teleportation entrance with somebody who wants to go to a store, big fishbowl thing, and this person's blue, let's say. Green, red, seesaw from, the netherworlds, and then the thing they want to go to, they can get there, but you traverse quite a bit, but you don't count the 2 big things. Oh, okay, that's really, it's so hard to parse that out. And then at the end of the game, same deal. If you have a green thing, green thing, green, it's like, those are all connected. My biggest group of green then is 4, even though they're nowhere near each other, but I'm going through these giant tiles that don't count. And I found that to be, like I said, sort of visually problematic. It's a big hang-up for something that otherwise is fun and cartoony and vibrant and super quick. Buy a little thing, bloop, and put it up. The conditions, I thought, for acquiring those things was also a little bit less than interesting. Like, be this high. Have a guy lying down on a blue store and be this high. Stuff like that. It's fine. I don't know what else they would have done, but it's not captivating. And you kind of want that, a little bit. Once you get familiar with the game, maybe some of that visual clarity issues, maybe some of those will go away. Maybe they won't affect you. Maybe they won't bother you the way they kind of visually bother me. And the gameplay is fun. It's not super replayable. I would say the game is going to fall into a little bit of it's going to feel samey fairly quickly, I would say. But the look and the simplicity of the economic system and the drafting is going to do some heavy lifting. So I like this game. I think it's a fun little game. Is it going to be coming off the shelf for me all the time? No, I don't think so. I wish that this theme and this artwork especially was wrapped around a game that was a little punchier, that didn't have a couple of those hiccups for me. I don't know how I would have massaged those hiccups away and kept the fun theme of wow, look at this crazy thing in the middle of my super mall. I don't know how I would have done that, but they're still there. But I enjoy it. I do like the game. I've had a good time with it, and it's one that I would recommend, especially if you're a fan of the Jetsons or anything in that sort of world. If you enjoy retro-futuristic artwork, if you like drafting, if you enjoy that very light economic system and other games of that ilk, if you like Alhambra, you might like this. Games like that, I think then you would like this one. So for me, it's going to come in at a 7. I do recommend it. It's going to get a seal of approval from me, with, again, a couple of caveats, like I said. So there you go, everybody. That is going to be Superstore 3000. Check it out if it's talking to you, and definitely take time to enjoy all the little pieces of artwork all over this game. It's worth it. There you go. My name is Zeke Garcia. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching another video here on the Dice Tower. We really appreciate you stopping by and checking our things out. Thanks so much for joining us today. And hey, if you really like what we're doing here at the Dice Tower, then there are different ways to support the Dice Tower. One of those ways is through Patreon. We have links in the description to this video, and we have links to lots of other things we do down there, so definitely check it out. But either way, we're glad you watched us. Tell your friends about the Dice Tower. Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vassell, and I hope you enjoyed this video.